Everyone, so today we are going to begin our module 6 of chapter 2, Writing and the City Life. As we have studied earlier, in Mesopotamia, the cities emerged in three ways. First, some emerged around the temple cities. Second, some emerged due to the trade, and others emerged due to being the imperial center or the imperial capital of some kings. Today we are going to study one such city known as Mari. Mari emerged because of the two reasons. First, it was the royal capital of the ancient kings, and secondly, because it was an important trading town. Let's discuss in detail about the Mari being emerging as one of the important trading centers in Mesopotamia. After 200 BCE, the royal capital of Mari flourished. Mari stands not on the southern plain with its highly productive agriculture, but much further upstreams on the Euphrates. As you can see in the map also that Mari is placed in the northern parts of Mesopotamia and not on the southern plains, which were highly fertile and productive. Agriculture and animal rearing were carried out close to each other in this region. Some communities in the kingdom of Mari had both farmers and pastoralists, but most of its territory was used for pasturing sheep and goats. Herders needed to exchange young animals, cheese, leather, and meat in return for grains, metal tools, etc., and the manure for using to increase their soil fertility. So here we can see in Mari there were basically pastoralists, agriculturists and the herders. So the herders they used to come to this pastoral zone and there they basically exchange their products with the people who were living there. But there was a conflict between the herders and the farmers because sometimes herders, being mobile, can raid agriculture villages and seize their stored goods. And similarly, sometimes the settled groups, who were the basically farmers, may deny pastoral access to the river and canal water along a certain sets of paths. So therefore, there was a conflict between both of them. Throughout the Mesopotamian history, nomadic communities of western desert filter into the prosperous agrarian heartland. Shepherds would bring their flocks into the sown area in the summer. Such groups would come in as herders or harvest laborers, or sometimes they used to come as hired soldiers. And occasionally they became prosperous, and when they used to become prosperous, they used to settle at these places. Slowly, they gained the power and established their own rule. So basically, there were various communities that came from outside Mesopotamia, and because they started being prosperous in this area, they settled there and they established their rule. And these communities include Akkadians and the Assyrians as well. The kings of the Mari they used to dress differently from that of the original inhabitants, and apart from being dressing different they used to also respect the gods of Mesopotamia and also their own god, which included the god of Steppe. Steppe means basically the steppes of the mountains. So as farming and pastoralism was very important to them, therefore they used to worship the god of Steppe. And in honor of god of Steppe, they have also built a very big temple at Mari. Thus, as herders and pastoralists came from different parts of Mesopotamia and also outside Mesopotamia, therefore Mesopotamian society and culture was open to different peoples, and the importance of the civilizations was thus increased due to the intermixing of various cultures and societies. As different herders used to come and settle at Mari, therefore the king had to be very vigilant, as herders of various tribes were allowed to move in the kingdom, but they were under a strict watch of the king and his officials. The camps of the herders mentioned frequently in letters between kings and the officials of the Mari. In one letter, an official writes to the king that he has been seeing frequently the fire signals at night sent by one camp to another, and he suspects that a raid or an attack is being planned, which basically indicates the importance of keeping an eye on the communities of herders that used to come and settle in Mari. Also located on the Euphrates in a prime post of trade, the Mari was famous to trade in wood, copper, tin, oil, wine, and various other goods that were carried in boats along the Euphrates between the south and the mineral rich uplands of Turkey, Syria, and Lebanon, thus indicating that Mesopotamians used to do foreign trades with the nearby countries as well. Mari is a good example of an urban center prospering on trade as well. Boats carrying grinding stones, wood, and wine and oil jars would stop at Mari on their way to the southern cities. Officers of this town would go abroad, inspect the cargo that used to carry all the goods, and levy a charge of about 1/10 the value of the goods before allowing the boat to continue down. Thus, although the kingdom of Mari was not a militarily strong in one way, but it was on the other way very prosperous because of its trade. So, as we have already studied the geography of Mari, it was located in the upstream of Euphrates. Therefore, all those who wanted to go to downstream, that is to the Sumer region, to basically do the trade, they used to stop them there, and this is how they prospered as a trading center.